Interesting one. We're going to look at two lower end cars in our lineup, and I like both of them. This is the 2021 Kia Rio5. Now, it's very important what I just said, 2021, because this car is updated, and I'm on record on YouTube saying that I'm not sure I recommend the 2020 Kia Rio because I thought the Forte was a better buy. But we're also going to compare that to the Forte5. So this is actually a video by Gabby, one of our salespeople. She said this would be a good comparison just to compare the two compact hatchbacks that we have. And there's pros and cons to each one. And I think a lot of people are going to lean towards the Forte5, and there's a lot of good reasons. There's probably more reasons to lean to that car. But there are a lot of good reasons to lean towards the Rio here, which is formerly the Rio5, as well. So we're going to talk about some of the differences between those two cars. And what we're going to do, if you're not watching live with us, is you can skip ahead to the 3-minute mark. That's when we get into the content here. In the next couple minutes, we're just going to show you how to join us live. If you want to do that, you can just go to our YouTube page. I'll show you how to do that. And we're going to talk about a little bit of news, and we'll have a short discussion here. All right, I have not got this up on the Apple TV yet. Robert's reminding me to get the keys because he always does, and I appreciate that because I don't have the keys. They're actually in the car right now, and I probably should get them. All right, bear with me for a second. I just got to go to the wrong part. I'm just going to show you something that just in case something's on my page I can't show you. There we go. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go to the Brantford Kia YouTube page. If you refresh the page exactly at 2 o'clock, you're going to see our live video sitting right there on the home page. If you can't find it right here on the home page, go to the videos tab. It should be the very first video, and you're looking for that live video, the red box there. So we're going to click that right now. We may watch an ad, maybe. Oh, a Ford ad. Let's mute my TV or mute my thing. There we go. While we're watching that Ford ad, while we're skipping that Ford ad, I'm just going to throw this across on the big TV across the room because that'll help me see all your comments while I'm not right behind the TV. Now, I'm not right behind here. So, okay, that's working right now. Perfect. I can see your comments. They're a little bit larger. That's even better. Okay, so there you go. Now I can see your comments across there. Okay, so here's what's going on. One thing I want to talk with you guys about real quick. Did a Tesla video, Tesla Model 3 versus Tesla Model Y, just a size comparison. It's doing very well. I'm getting a lot of comments from Tesla people. A lot of Tesla fans out there. They think it's weird that a dealership would do a Tesla video. It's just a used car to me, so I don't care. However, some people seem to think that there's no reason to buy any other car other than a Tesla, and they think it's way better than our cars. And there's some argument for some Tesla pieces are better in our car, but I don't think the value's there yet. So should I tomorrow do a video on my Kia Soul and why it's better than the Tesla Model Y? Is that too much of a risk? Should we do that? So you guys let me know in the comments, and that's what I'm thinking for tomorrow, but I don't know if that's a smart move for me because it's a good way to get hammered on the comments section. So you guys can let me know if that's a good idea or not. All right. Here we go. I'm looking forward to this video because, as I said, we started doing live videos around the time when Corona started, and this room was a completely unfinished room. And somewhere between then and now, I'm on record as saying don't buy the 2021 Kia Rio because the Forte is a better buy. That was the 2020 Rio, excuse me. Now that the 2021 has come out, there are a couple key changes in the way they package things and a new technology in this car that I've become a really big fan of. And these cars don't directly compete. We're going to show you the pricing is a little bit different on some of these, but a lot of the features you get on this car, you get on that car anyways. And if the few features you like on that car, you want in this car, that's also possible. But there's a feature you can get in this car that you can't get in that one that makes me kind of want this one more than that one, even though that one's a better choice for me. That makes sense? Cool. That's where we're going. All right. Real quickly, we got 15 people on. We're going to have a couple hundred people on. We've had anywhere between about 200 and 800 people on these live videos in the past 7 or 8 days. The other day we had a 48-hour span where we had 70,000 viewers on our channel, actual views. So that was a lot. What I'm asking for is simply as likes. Just hit the like button. I know this isn't a video that's going to have a ton of reach because not a ton of people like these smaller cars. But I'm going to ask a few times through this video if you could just hit the like button. Even though there's only 15 people on now, there's going to be 15 different people on 20 minutes from now. So we're going to spend a half an hour with these cars. And after the half an hour is up, if we're still going, we're just going to be taking your comments and going a little off topic if we need to. All right, let me show you what we're doing here. Okay, Kia Rio 2021. Now the key here is 2021. The 2020 Rio, perfectly fine car. I just feel like the Forte was a better buy. In 2021, you've got LX manual transmission, LX Plus, and LX Premium, and you can go right up to the EX Premium. Now we happen to have this LX Premium in the center of your screen right now. And that's the car we're going to be looking at. So we're at just under 20 grand MSRP, $19,995. So that's price-wise where we're at, and we can move up if we want some of the features the other car has to 22,495. Now, the Forte 5 that we're looking at is the EX model. It's the entry-level EX model, but you can see 22,295. So you're kind of in a similar price point depending on what you want on these cars. The two I happen to have are this one here at 22,295 and 19,995 right there on the Rio. So really what we're looking at is a price jump from one to the other. But here's the thing, and this is the reason why I think it's important. If you're looking for an economy car, maybe you want some technology, some safety, those kinds of things, just a couple nice features. Sometimes it's nice to have an extra couple grand in your pocket if you don't need the extra features in there. So that extra couple grand can buy you a really nice vacation when we can do those kinds of things or something else. So for me, I've been on the record as saying I love that car, especially the turbo version of that car. It's really great. I still think that's a better car for me, but I might buy this car anyways and take the 2 grand plus and talk about that. So let's take a look at what we're talking about. I'm going to start in the. Actually, do you guys have a preference? You guys tell me which one you want me to start in, Rio or Forte 5. I'll let you guys decide today. I can go either way with my thing, but I have a few things I want to show you throughout the video, and it doesn't really matter where I start. So I'm letting you guys decide where I start, and that's where I will go. Forte 5 is the very first vote. We'll wait for 2, 3 more. Rio, oh, we're 50-50. Tiebreaker's coming up. Forte 5 and Rio, it's 50-50. Tie-breaking vote is nobody. Nobody wants to comment. All right. Rock, scissors, paper. Nobody's commenting. Okay, cool. Usually you guys are all over this. Okay, we're going to go Forte 5 because it was the first one said, and the tiebreaker didn't show up. Okay, Kia Forte 5. Here's the thing. First of all, Kia's going to be upset with me. Kia Canada, they want these cars clean. They are not clean. I apologize for that. I am not working from my basement like some people at Kia Canada right now. And there's a lot of running around that sometimes goes on at a dealership, and I didn't get both these cars clean. So forgive the lack of cleanliness on these cars. But the reason I like the Forte 5 is the general overall look. It is a nice size car, same as a Forte. I find the hatchback to be a more practical body style than the sedan. And if I was going to buy a Forte, it would be a Forte 5 almost for sure. I just prefer that, and we'll show you why a little bit later. So as you hop in, you don't get an LX model, you get an EX model when you jump in here. So again, EX is the bottom of the line for the Forte 5, and I think that's okay. You get a really nicely equipped car. So turn the car to the on position. Right away, you're going to notice the blind spot detection. Just let me turn the radio down here. A little bit of fuzz coming in. And the climate system off. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Who wish the Forte 5 was available in the US? Yeah, it's a cool car. So we're going to show you all of that now. So here you have the blind spot detection, which a lot of you guys like. There we go. The camera's working up. Which, of course, something like the Kia Seltos has that in every Kia Seltos. And again, every Forte 5 would have as well. You do have a lane keep system in this car, which is not in the Rio I'm going to show you today, but it is available in the EX Premium. The EX Premium Rio is the same basic price as this, within a couple $100s of this car. Now, in here, in the Forte 5, you have ignore the fuel efficiency number. This car's been idling for a bit. It does much better than that. But what you have is a nice digital display with a lot of information. However, spoiler alert, the Rio that I pulled in today has a better display in here. So this is perfectly fine as far as information, but it's not the crystal clear display that you can get in something like the Rio 5 or the Rio, I guess is the answer now. So again, similar gauges there, just something to keep in mind. Over here, you have an 8-inch screen. This was the same screen as in the Kia Stinger. Now, we just found out recently the 2022 Kia Stinger is coming out soon, and that will have the available 10.25-inch screen. But this screen today, if you buy a Kia Stinger today from our dealership, you're going to have the same screen as this. And that means it's a pretty good system. You've got a stereo system here. You've got Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. On this car, they have to be wired. Spoiler alert, on the Rio, they do not have to be wired. You can do wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So nice display screen here, nice menu options, lots of things to go through. Like I said, Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. The big reason that's a good thing is it gives you navigation. In addition to your texting and your calling and streaming music and all kinds of other things, you get navigation. That's, to me, the biggest reason to have Android Auto Apple CarPlay. Now, the reason I like it wireless, we'll go over that when we get to the car that has the wireless connection. Coming down here, manual climate control buttons here. So perfectly fine controls. You can move your way up to automatic controls, automatic climate control in the higher GT, but then you get a turbo, and we're really talking about a different car. Once you get into the turbo for the Forte 5, you're really talking about a little bit more of a performance car, and I would categorize it as a performance car, whereas this is still more of an economy car. Turbo gets economy car fuel mileage, but it is a little more focused car for performance. Down here, you can put your phone there, and that is a wireless charge pad. So very nice to have in there. And over here, one USB port, two USB ports, and a 12-volt port. So good ports there, all kind of what you need. And like I said, I really like that wireless charge pad. Going down here, you have an IVT transmission. Both cars have the same transmission, an IVT transmission. You can tap the gear shift this way and manually shift the gears through 8 different ratios on both of these cars. So if you want to choose that, you can do that. Rump roasters are right here. Heated steering wheel is right there as well. Very nice. And you've got drive modes. In this car, you have normal, sport, and smart. Let me just show you up on the dash because it's kind of a cool looking display. There's your normal, there's your sport, and there's your smart. So again, color that coordinates with each one. And yeah, nice little display there. You can turn this system on and off, like the display system on and off for those drive modes. Smart mode is the mode I recommend for the best fuel efficiency. You don't have a smart mode in the Rio. You just have a normal and sport mode. Now, to be fair, I don't think I would ever drive in anything but smart and sport. So normal is fine, but I'm not sure the benefit of that over a smart mode, which is going to get great fuel efficiency and just to me, you don't need the third drive mode, but it's nice, I guess, for some people. You have Stinger style vents over here. They're a little bit different look, a little bit different feel to them, but they are similar to the Stinger style with the vents on the outside there. And just a general overall nice look to the interior. We're going to show you a little bit more as we hop in and out of the Rio. Steering wheel controls on both cars, audio controls. This car still has a lot of plastic on it from the shipping. Whoever did this car up should have taken all the plastic off, and they didn't. Automatic lights, we're going to take a look at them as well. So, really nice car. Now, Rio. A lot of people see the Rio as a less expensive car because it's a little smaller car. I would argue it's an alternative car, and it just depends on what you like to drive. I kind of like the feel of the nimbleness of the Rio driving around town, and flat out, it's a little easier to park. So, not saying the Forte is difficult, but just the Rio is really, really easy to park. Things like the Soul, the Seltos, and the Rio are 3 cars that I find are super, super easy to park. Again, same situation here. Car's not clean. I do apologize for that, guys, but had a lot going on today just before I had to get out here. Okay, let's turn this car to the on position. Remember the last display was not a color display. As you can see right away here, we've got some nice color coming up in there. And I'll show you the key in a minute when we're finished. They're actually the same key for both, but we'll show you them. So again, same type of dash display, but now you have that color display, and I think that matters. I think just the overall clarity, it's hard to show you. Again, ignore the fuel efficiency numbers. These cars have been idling as we've been driving them and showing them to people. But the overall here, excuse me, let's try to zoom out. The overall feel and clarity of that screen is a standout. When you're sitting here in the driver's seat, it is a better thing. Hey, JP. JP probably hears me because JP, I'm in the middle of doing a video and Tim connected his phone. He's gone. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Our Kia rep was on. Oh, we got to go. Hey, JP, I got to hang up on you, okay? Tim will call you later. Okay, bye. Anyways, so JP is our Kia rep. So here's the thing. Tim has paired his phone wirelessly to the wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Tim's 2 rooms over, and apparently it still connects. What's going on? You know what? We're going to have to tell Tim. Oh, you know what? We'll just kick him out of here. Kia setup. I haven't never actually kicked somebody off the CarPlay, so let's see if we can do this. Phone projection. Bye, JP. Disconnect. There we go. We are disconnecting Tim's phone. So what we're trying to demonstrate here, there we go. Let's, we'll leave it there for now. Okay, so what we've got there is the wireless Android Auto Apple CarPlay. You can see how well that works. The benefit of something like that is when someone calls you on the phone, first of all, you have the full display. When someone calls you and says, hey, we're at Joe's place and we want to go to JP's place, you can sit there and say, okay, where's JP's place? You can hit the address in. You can do it all wirelessly, and it works through Siri, for instance, if you have an Apple iPhone. So you can speak to the car through the controls right there. You can activate Siri through there, and your phone never leaves your pocket, but you have all of the things. Oh, I didn't disconnect it. So let's just delete Tim's phone. Device connection, phone projection. Oh, JP, stop calling. Phone projection. Delete. Tim's phone. Delete. Yes. All right. Sorry about that, guys. This is the problem with the wireless Apple CarPlay. We did a video on this yesterday on how to pair it, and then we never deleted Tim's phone from there. So now we've done that, and we've got it gone. So you can see the benefit of, again, of wireless Apple CarPlay. Thumbs up for JP. He's our Kia rep who's obviously not watching the video, even though he tells me he watches all my videos. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a second. Moving down here, you've got regular climate control, same idea, manual control. This particular trim level does not have a wireless charge pad, but it does have a place to put your phone, and it has a place to put your stuff down here. So you lose the wireless charge pad, but you gain wireless Android Auto Apple CarPlay. You can charge your phone through here, or you could also just run your Android Auto through there as well. Remember I mentioned drive modes in the other car? You only have a sport mode and a normal mode in this car. To me, that's perfectly fine. The car gets great fuel efficiency in the normal mode. Sport mode ramps it up, keeps the revs a little higher. And then you've got heated steering wheel, heated seats. So we got rump roasters. And that's, again, on a lower level car, something like the Rio. People are surprised to see that in here. But you do have that. So you get all the comfort that you would get in the Forte 5 in this Rio. A little bit more compact. This car has a leather wrap steering wheel, so it feels nice, and in your hands, it feels like a sportier car. You still have the blind spot detection that a lot of people expect you not to have on this car. You have that as well. And if you wanted the lane keep assist, you could move up to the LX Premium now, or sorry, the EX Premium instead of the LX Premium. One thing I want to show you as we look across, look straight up. You do have a sunroof in this car. So that is a real feature that I would like on this car compared to that car. You don't get a sunroof. On the Forte 5, you do have a little more padding here. This is hard on the Rio, but it is padded on the Forte 5. So again, Forte 5, couple nice little luxury features, but a little bit of a step down in technology at this point because you don't have that wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So let's just turn this card off for a second again. I'm going to go through and take your questions real quick, and then we're going to go and we're going to talk about luggage space, rear seat space. So if there's anybody who has a question, feel free to let me know. Got 21 people on right now. A few of you probably haven't hit the like button. Feel free to do that if you like. That would help me out. That's all I'm asking for. All right, let's just jump over to questions. See if there's anybody has anything so far. Nothing at all. Wireless CarPlay is a must-have feature for me. So yeah, for me too. I think it really changes the game. The wireless CarPlay, what it allows you to do, again, is your phone's in your pocket, you get in the car, you can get your text message, you don't miss anything, you can respond by voice, it's safe and legal. Legal is the key thing. And then, of course, you have the navigation through wirelessly as well. So in this car, if you're running a business, if you're running around with friends, if you're just doing anything you need to do, you can pull that nav up through voice all the time, and it works really well. All right, those of you who know what I like to do to measure trunk space, do these cars have adaptive cruise control? Not on these trim levels. The Rio doesn't have it at all. I believe the Forte 5 GT does, but it slipped my mind right now. So not on these two cars. I think that trim level, you get it on the GT top of the line car. But yeah, it's a great question. I sort of forgot a little bit about that. So you stumped me, but I think it does. We can check that a little bit later. Anyways, let's keep moving to trunk space, but that was a great question. I appreciate you asking that. Do either of them have remote start? So no, not at this trim level. Now, let's just talk about when you can get it. I'm going to pull the key out of here. That's why you're looking at the seats. I'm just reaching in the window. So these keys here, actually there are different keys, excuse me. This is still the older style key. The buttons are on the front. They're both jackknife style keys. On our keyed cars, you won't get remote start. Now, move one step up from this and you have a car with Eevee Intelligence. That is a cell phone app where you can remote start the car with the Eevee Intelligence. I'm not sure what that key looks like. I haven't seen that trim line yet. So you may have remote start on the key on that car as well, but you can start it through your cell phone. That's a system that is free for 3 years, and then there will be a subscription fee after that. However, a lot of our cars have now come with that remote on the key fob as well. So if they are a keyed car, you won't have remote start. But if they are a push button start, then a lot of times if it comes with Eevee Intelligence, you definitely have it, and a lot of times it comes on the key fob. All right, hatchbacks. Why do we like hatchbacks? Well, I'll tell you why we like hatchbacks. Hatchbacks have a very large opening like this. So what we've done here, both of these cars have the panels still in. This is a divider panel, just sort of a cover. You can remove those panels, you can fold the seats down, and you have a good amount of space to load things in. So we did something fun the other day. We had a Kia Rio here and a standard Forte, like a Forte sedan. We took that box. That box will not fit in, because of the squareness of it, will not fit into the trunk of a Kia Forte. It will easily fit into the opening here. Now, we did have to fold the seats down here. If we want, we can do the comparison here, because I'm not sure if it'll fit in that car or not without the seats down. So that'll be one of the things that we test. This car, of course, it fits in the seats down. Won't fit in the regular Forte because it won't fit in the trunk. But let's try it in this car in a minute. So I want to show you the two trunks because you get sort of two different ways of doing the exact same thing here. Camera is not going to be clear on this. The sticker's still on. All right, so what you have here is a higher load floor than in the Rio, but more floor space for sure. You still got the cover here. We're going to throw Teddy in here in a second, and you can fold the seats down. Again, a really big opening, but this is more of a slant back hatchback, where the other one is more of a square back, a little bit more square as opposed to a slant. And then let's throw Teddy in because Teddy is my trunk measurement tool, and you can see the size difference. There is a significant size difference in these two cars. And the Forte5 has a hatchback that is the most practical hatch I've seen. We'll talk about that in a second. So there's Teddy in there. Why do I like this? Teddy fits comfortably. His tummy is pushing up against this cover. Like he's above where that cover sits. If that's pretty much a straight on view, you can see that back line right there, he's sitting above it. So he's okay in there, but he's not like overly roomy like he would be. But again, this cover comes off and then we can get more height out of that. Now, what I really like about this car is a couple little features in here that you don't always see. There's a little grocery bag hook right here. So if you don't want your groceries spilling, you can hook one there. You can hook one over here as well. So that's kind of cool. Now, if you want to store stuff underneath the floor, fold this panel up. You can put like an umbrella in there. You have a similar type panel on the far side, which is right over there. That one has, this one has a sort of Velcro style straps. The other one has this one is Velcro, that one's sort of elastic style straps. So you can put stuff in there. And there's a cargo net. I don't know if you saw the cargo net is in a pink bag. That can strap around to the floor to keep things flat to the floor. You can stick them down. So if you drive athletically, that's got a few extra features. Now, this is the smartest thing about the Forte5. You pick this up, you mount this, or you hook, where we go. There we go. You hook this little thing in there. I'm trying to do this with one hand. And there you go. And now you've got all of your underfloor storage exposed. Go under here again, you've got even more storage. But you can fit like laptop, gym shoes, all kinds of stuff. And the nice thing I like about this stuff is anything stinky or smelly, you throw it on the floor and you don't smell it anymore, especially if you have the hatch open. So that is the Forte5 hatch. It is the most practical hatch we have. But you still, if you're not going to use all those features, you still have a deeper floor here. And when I show you deeper, remember Teddy's tummy didn't touch the, or was going beyond the back? Well, Teddy's tummy is kind of at the limit or just a little bit below here. So you have a deeper trunk here, less space in here. Little tiny bit less space rear seat to the back than a Kia Soul would have. And obviously it's a little bit narrower car. But again, if you're buying a small car, how much space do you need? And if you don't take any people with you, you can fold the seats down and create all kinds of space in there in both of these cars. Again, Forte5 is bigger. This one's a little tighter, a little easier to park. And again, wireless Android Auto, wireless Apple CarPlay, and an extra couple grand in your pocket. So there's the trunk space comparison. You also have those same grocery type hooks over here, like that, one over there, and one over there on this car. So practicality is in both of these cars. What we can do is, what I think I will do, is I'm going to take this panel out, fold these seats down on both these cars, but I should probably show you rear seat space first. So we'll do that first. And let me just do that while I'm right here. Rear seat, you got a USB port in the center console, you got a pocket on the right side, and you have enough room for me to get in and out. I'm about 6 feet tall, and as you can see, I fit. Is there a ton of room? No. Is there enough room? Absolutely. Could I go from here to downtown Toronto? No problem. Do my knees fit? Yes, they do. Are my legs flush to the seat? Almost. Like, I'm pretty comfortable here. So for a compact car, do I have a ton of extra room? I do not. Do I have plenty of room to be comfortable for a average length, longer trip? Not a problem. Do I want to go across the country? I'd prefer the front seat for that. But the point is, a guy like me who has 2 young kids that are growing will probably be full size before I got rid of a car like this. They fit back here. This is a car you can take your family around town. You can take your family out for an hour, even if they're full size like me, and they'll probably be fine. Let's go look at the Forte5 so you have a direct comparison. Let's not look at me the whole time. All right, there's Teddy Bear. He's fine, I promise. Let's check the rear seat over here. There's our window sticker. Right away, you're seeing a difference. Armrest is there. You got cup holders there. No USB port, but you do have vents back there, and there is going to be more legroom here. Now let's check headroom out. Flip the camera around to me, jump in here. Headroom is more. Again, do I need this much more? I don't know. Like, it's nice, I guess, but I'm comfortable either way. I would say there's a little tiny bit more of a recline to these seats, which might contribute to a little bit of extra comfort. Putting the armrest up, my legs are a little more flat on the seat, and I will say that this door armrest here is padded, where on the other one it is not padded. Other than that, we flip the camera around here. You do have a netted pocket on the passenger side. The other ones had a pocket on the other side as well, not a netted pocket though. I do like the plastic back seats of the Forte. That's plastic. It's easier to clean if you've got kids. The other one is fabric back. Not a big deal, but just something to keep in mind. And again, plenty of room in both these cars. Now, let's jump out. And I'm going to fold the seats down in this car. Let's just show you how to do that. Very simple. You're going to grab a little handle right here. You're going to drop them. You can put the headrests down if you want. I'm going to go to the other side to drop the other one. Actually, you don't have to go to the other side. What you can do is you can reach around through the hatch. I'm going to switch hands on the camera and try to get the angle right. There you go. So I can reach around here, and I can flip the seat from here and pull that down as well. There's my seats down. Let's pull this cover off here and pull it up here. And the cover is gone. And for this demonstration, all I'm going to do is drop this in the seat. But you could put that in a lot of different places. So now you get a sense of the size of this area. What I'm going to do is roll over a chair over here. And I'm going to throw a box in the back seat. Because I want you to sort of see, will it fit with the trunk and with the seats open or down? All right. When I pull my back out, we've got a good explanation of why. All right. In this car, you can't fit that box in a regular Forte. You can easily fit in the Forte5. However, I think you're going to need to close or to fold the seats down. Maybe you won't. Let's put it all the way to where the seats would be. I don't know. Maybe you don't. Let's. Now I'm kind of curious. Let's take this panel out for a second. We'll put one seat up, just so we see exactly where it could go to. That's as far as it could go like that. Let's try shutting this. All right, here comes a moment of truth. Oh, wow. That box fits in there with an inch or so to spare into the hatchback. Doesn't even fit in the Forte, fits in the Forte5 with the seats up. So there's your example there, seats up. Now we know in the Rio it'll fit, but the seats have to be down. So again, how much more space is in there? Well, quite a bit more here. If you guys want to see it in the Rio, let me know. I can show you lighting, I can show you other stuff, but let's just, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me right now. That's why you buy a Forte5, and that's also why you buy a Rio5. If you need the back seats up, Forte5 it is. If you need the back seats down, Rio5 is a great option. All right, let me just see if there's any questions that I missed. I should get extra credit today for doing all this for you guys. I should get extra credit. Extra credit doesn't pay extra, but I definitely should. Forte5 Limited has smart cruise control. Thank you guys for jumping in on that. I thought so. I just couldn't remember, and I like to be accurate. Okay, is there a way to install Eevee on 2019 Sorento LX? Short answer is no. I'll explain why in a little bit when we're done with these cars. Please smash the like button. That's a good idea. Humberto has smashed the like button. Okay, so we're gonna go, look at lighting now. I don't think you guys need to see the box in the back of the Rio, but I'm happy to show it to you if you want to. I wanna show you just the lighting on the Rio because the Rio has upgraded, whoops. The Rio LX Premium that I have here today, oh, the key's in my pocket, so let's get the key in there. I will show you the Forte5 key as well. It is a little different than the Rio key I just showed you a few minutes ago. Lights are on, no fog lights in this car. You don't really need them. Projector beam headlights are standard on this car. See the sharp cutoff? That's what you get with projector beam headlights. Now, these are not LED lights, but you do, on this trim level, have a nice LED ring here. Now, you'll see a lot more dots in there. In real life, that's kind of a more even thing. And when the car is coming at you, you see this nice little horseshoe kind of white light. It will flicker the odd time when I get into the light here. Don't worry about that. It's just on the camera that it's flickering. But you can see those headlights are nice and bright. Those are headlights that I think you should go for. One trim down from this, you have sort of a standard old-fashioned light. If you can upgrade to this, I encourage you to do so. And you'll have the same type of thing over here on the Forte5. Turn that on. I will show you the difference in the rear lights as well. While we're here, let's just show you the key. the upgraded key on the Forte has the buttons on the side. So if I can get that clear, there we go. You can see the buttons on the side there instead of on this side. So they're on the edge instead of on the face. That is a key that I prefer more. Some people have said on the the Rio style key that they hit the button on the side of the key where it is. I've never had an issue with that, so it wouldn't bother me either way. Again, projector beam headlights. You see that nice sharp cutoff? Same idea over here. This car also has LED lights for a daytime running light, but they're in an X pattern. Now, this car in particular, they tend to flicker in the camera. They don't flicker in real life, just the way the camera interacts. Nice and sharp cutoff if we get to it like that. Oops, if I go in the line, yeah, there we go. Sharp cutoff like that. And then the nice white LEDs. Now, rear lights, I like the look of the Forte5. I think they are some of the best looking taillights we have. You don't pay extra for that, and that looks like a high-end car to me from the back. I think that's pretty cool. Over here, just standard rear lights. Nothing wrong with that. Maybe not quite as cool looking, but again, you're getting a couple grand in your pocket to spend on whatever you want. Whereas this car, you're paying for some of the niceties that you get. Again, great value in the segment, but you've got two options here of hatchbacks. All right, we are 31 minutes in. I will take any more questions you have, and then we'll probably wrap it up. I've got more likes than viewers right now, so I'm cool with that. Somebody asked a question about UVO. Why can't they add it? Short answer is UVO is not just software. It's also hardware. Your car has to have a SIM card into the car. That's how it works. It has a SIM card so your car can communicate with the outside world. And if you don't have a SIM card, nothing we can do to upgrade it. So it's not a software thing. Some people think it's a software thing. All right. In Mexico, they have the Rio with a more sportier body kit. Is that body style offered to the US and Canada as well? So we used to have 17-inch wheels on the Sport. They were bigger, had, I guess you could say, a body kit on it. They did that up until 2020. The reality is it didn't sell in high volumes because by the time you got to that price point, you end up with a Forte, and that was sort of the hard thing. Now you're ending up with the Rio having wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. The Forte does not have that yet, so you get some technology, you sacrifice some of that sporty look maybe, and a little bit of space. It just depends on what you want. I kind of like the technology in the sunroof, whereas other people are going to say, I definitely need the space and some of those features there. So those are options. Forte5 kind of looks like a wagon. It kind of does. I'm okay with that. I like the look of both these cars. I like the practicality. And I think that's all we've got. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask them now. If not, I don't mind letting you guys go, and I appreciate you guys coming in. Tomorrow, should we do Tesla versus base Kia Soul EV? Is that something that's crazy? So where we started off the top of the video, either of these cars due for an update for 2022 model year soon. You guys are all saying we should do Tesla and Soul. So here's where this comes from. I have a lot of Tesla people watching a Tesla video saying that there's no reason to buy anything else. So I'm kind of thinking about taking that $90-ish thousand Tesla Model Y, putting it up against my own personal that I spent my money on, Kia Soul EV. And it's like under 40,000 when you consider the government rebate. I don't want to anger too many Tesla people, but my car's a better car, possibly. So maybe we'll do that tomorrow, 2 o'clock. I think you should tune in because we'll have to talk with my bosses and see if they think that's a good idea as well. I want to thank you all for joining today. This has been fun. I like these two cars, and I encourage you to consider these if you're in the small car market. And maybe tomorrow we'll have some fun. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.